everybody can do that. Not only me, I'm not in a special. It's an unnormal human beings, but it's we have mind powers. Everybody has that.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. My guest today is Phakyab Rinpoche. In 1999, he was imprisoned and tortured by the Chinese and subsequently faced severe health issues. After 3 months of imprisonment, he managed to escape and eventually made his way to the United States, where he was granted full political asylum. Rinpoche subsequently spent many months in a New York hospital dealing with a number of critical health issues. In 2014, his book, Meditation Saved My Life, written with the help of Sophia Strill-Rever, was published and tells the incredible story of how Rinpoche healed himself through the use of effective meditation practices. Please join me now for my interview with Phakyab Rinpoche. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Happy to meet you.
Rinpoche, in your book, you mentioned that when you were first admitted to hospital with all these very serious ailments, that you initially got caught up in negative mind states, but you soon came to the realization that this was your karma, and then you felt gratitude. Could you please talk a little more about what you went through at this time, both mentally and physically?
Yes, I do practice and prayings, more in good sleepings and eatings and okay. My physicals is really, really bad. It's I have a gangrene in my leg, and I have, they say, the tuberculosis my lungs, and then I have diabetes, and my spend also in a club. Everything is one time together, in a financial everything. But it's my physicals is difficult, but it's my mind is 100%. It's a peace. It's yeah, it's something's happened. Yeah.
Rinpoche, with particular regard to the serious condition of your right angle, and of course where gangrene had set in, and the doctors wanted to amputate your leg. So you mentioned in your book that you did not fear death at the time, but that you did not want to lose the leg to amputation. So was it at this point that you decided to contact His Holiness in order to seek some further guidance?
Absolutely. That moment is after in 6 months, they have long times they keep in hospitals, they treat their best. Is they have a long times. There one days they say no choice. You must need to your amputation to your leg because it's a really, really bad gangrene. We cannot heal you in this gangrene. You want to amputation, so we only choice that. And then I said, please, I don't want to amputation to my leg because I go in China and I some see hospitals, doctors. It's a little bit, yeah, it's not treat in well, but it's I keep in my leg in India the same. And I really wish, ambish their hairs come and heal my leg and keep on my leg original. It's come here, so you say in this amputations and I lose my leg. I really, really disappointed that. It's at first they say everybody really Your Holiness Lamas and say justice and should go to the Westerns. Someone really try to get here, and then now so you say it's an invitation to my leg. It's I'm really in difficult. I don't want to in invitations. Please, you tried in other things. Then they said it's no choice. We have a lot in different in antibiotic and many different use than medicine. No choice. Please, you have invitations, and then you taking here in a couple months. You need to exercise. You massage, build a little bit, and then they have take care. Don't worry. So you have cut you in a leg. We put in your artificial leg. You change your life. It's you have rain, so you have a sport, and you can do everything. It's they show videos. It's there's some and I show this out of many in a different can. And then I check and I look, and then I'm thinking they say, are you not invitations? Now so you can cut your blood your knees, and then after you infections you have get some you have spent already. It's you have this leg infections go up, and then you cut you in a more up you die. Then cannot heal you. It's they're not survivors you, and they say, and then I'm thinking it's really then you died. It's all yes I understand. Human beings, we died. It's a born. It's that's its nature. It's humans, and every human being says you are born again, die again. That's its nature. It's I'm not too much in really. It's concerned to that. Really, I is much can I some yeah my life is most times I spent is a practice and some studies, and I'm not too much in bad things doing. I am okay. I died. It's I'm not too much in the negatives and things. I don't have that much. This a lifetime. I don't know in the past life. It's we don't know, but it's okay. And I say it's died. It's okay. It's no problems. It's I am really, it's a natural human beings. If you die, the bond, I don't want to lose my leg. And then once my translator, first my student, she's Columbia University studies PhD. At that time, part-time working in this translator. She speak in Tibetan. It's perfect. It's really some better than me. She's really in a perfect accent, Lhasa accent, and Tibetan. I'm in a Tibet, Khamba and Amdos and many different kind of accents, and we have studies and not in a perfect accent, my Tibetan. She's really pure. And then she is really helped me a lot. And, she's translator, and then she's in a PhD's graduate, and then she's need to some reading book, and there's some wrote book. She's in one Tibetan is really popular before Chamja Ripidoji. In his stories, she's some making a book that wrote in this. And then I have been hers, and she's in a Kham, and this hospital during the hospital times. She's most calm, and I help her, she helped me, and that's we have it's a nice time. And then she's heard that she's really worried, she's really scared, and the doctor said that. And then she said, Rinpoche, maybe you should amputations you like. And then I said, no, I don't want it. Then she said, doctor said, you died. Yes, he said, we died. He said, you have nature. I come in alone. He said, I goes alone. He said, that's a nature. And then she said, okay, then you not accept. And then one of her friend is a very popular in my hand, and some hospitals born special born doctors. And then we have all the, you have medical records, bring this X-rays and X-rays. We have bring it to with him, and then maybe he can help. That is a very good idea. I said then. And then we have asked request that these hospitals, and we have need to this medical record, and we tried in other doctors. We see, and then we try to bring everything and see his these doctors. And first he's check. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's no choice. That's really cannot happen. He cannot help. It's really bad. It's your old bones and tissues died. It's a really bad gangrene. It's cannot help. Then after it's no choice, and then she said, "Oh, his doctors. His doctors go to teachers go to see Dalai Lamas. Use some message in Holiness Dalai Lama. I'm really happy that you can help with that." And then her teachers are Dr. Tome, the Robert Tome, in Columbia University professor, and her daughters. It's a really popular. It's a Uma Tome. It's a movie actors. And then he's a really close Holiness Dalai Lamas. They say he's the first day Western student in Geshes him, but he's a really smart. Is a knowledge is a person. And then he's go as some read in this situation everything's some message Holiness Dalai Lama. And then after is get that we said please wait in a couple of weeks in here is I need to think it's I choice what I do, and then get that's a message is he's come back and Holiness Dalai Lama. Maybe you don't need to necessary to your invitations. You have his recommend in some practice is meditations and chantings, some deities yodam. He's recommend in when channels meditations and healings, medicine Buddhas and meditations, and then giving meditations. Also, his mantras, Hayangrovas, maybe in someone yodams and these mantras. He asked, he's recommend that, and just that. I'm really happy get there, and then I 100% decide and not cut my leg. And then one day every weekend one Tibetan guy is a monk, and he's bring to Tibetan food in a weekend. His constructions in his weekend he come and he brings some. Not only me, the many Tibetans in the hospital. He helping us, and then I told him, please next week you do not come here. It's I'm leaving. He said why? And then my situations this, and then I don't want to cut my amputation my leg. And then he said, oh, where are you going? And then I said, it's some my friend. He's come and visiting sometimes, and he's come. And then I said, it's in my friend place, but it's difficult in these days, and sometimes many people together, and most they live up and livings in workings is maybe 4, 5, 6 people there, and then sometimes together it's 12 people come. It's a little bit difficult, but I have no choice. I go to his place. Then he said, oh, welcome to his place. He has a 1-bedroom apartment. You're welcome to his place, and I'm really happy. And then I leave the hospitals and go to his place. And then morning to in the evenings, that's then I practice. Yeah, meditate. It's normally it's nurse that come up and clean my leg. It's on both sides. It's a really hole. It's my leg in the, you see? It's here's a hole, one hole here, one hole this side, both sides in here. It's the scissors, is a cloth, it's go inside, it's clean, it go in the cloth and it's inside, it's you clean. Morning is clean, evening is very bad smell. It's all the complete scans, everything's blood. And then I say this nurse, please give me some clean clothes, and I need to myself living tomorrow. The nurse, we long time I stay there. Everybody's very close, and they said, "Oh, of course, they give me lots." And then I bring in. Then mornings, I clean myself. It's nobody's up, but it's in evenings. It's I cleanse 2 times, a morning, evening. Otherwise, in morning clean, evening is very smell bad. It's my friend. It's a whole rooms is a smell, and then I clean myself, and then mornings I wake up 5 o'clock and 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then I meditate, and then. He's woke up 6 o'clock and he making some breakfast for me, and then he eat breakfast, and then he left work, and then he's sometimes he come in late, sometimes he come in early. He's Tibetan associations here communities, and he's working that. And then sometimes he's 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and he's come. He come back. He's making dinners, prepares tomorrow lunch for me, and lunch and him. He taking a lunch walk, and then I mornings woke up in 8:30. Then I woke up and I get up some toothbrush, everything. Breakfast, and then I meditate the whole days. It's nothing to do, right? It's one thing is really I say it's not negatives and not negative. A really good opportunity that time. It's also hospital. It's a wonderful times, a wonderful gift chance practice Dharma. And not happened that. And not practice, meditate that much, right? It's always in a busy to go out. Now it looks like now. It's in every time it's busy, nothing like this kind. It's a really wonderful, it's sometimes really joyful. It's difficult, but it's we have a really good opportunity. I get chance to practice Dharma.
Rinpoche, you mentioned that part of your practice was the taking and giving practices. Is that the same as Tonglen?
Yes, Tonglen.
Okay.
Tonglen and Wing Chana meditation. That's the energies meditations most, and then we healing visualizations, meditations and visualizations. Medicine Buddhas, that's light coming, so that's a healing meditation. And then a man practice Wing Chana meditations and taking and giving meditation, the Holiness Lamas, and I suggest that.
So with the Sangye Menla, the medicine Buddha, you visualized that the light from the medicine Buddha was coming through the crown of your head and down into your leg. Is that correct? How the practice works?
Yes, but it's we have sometimes that's you not sub generations, imprisoned generation. Your sub generations, you and some sub medicine Buddhas and sub generations, and then you have of course, the medicine Buddhas above you in a blessing all the Kham bring, and then you dissolve to your heart, you have blue home, and then this light go any you have physicals and mentally any your problems and move and this disease mentally and problem emotions move out to your body. That's that's a healing meditations in different sub-generations and informed generations. It's a little different. It's a meditation.
Mm-hmm. So through these intensive meditation practices, within 3 years, you were completely healed. Is that correct? And
yes, it's that's 6 months. It's keeping is not too much change. Normals it's some past comings and then after 6 and then slowly change. And then stop in a past coming, and then it's a soul. It's a little bit in a small, and then 8 month and 7, 8 month, and then scans the colors change. It's a little bit normal color, and then a little bit in a touch my leg. It's put it in the ground a little bit. And then after 8 months, again, then my feelings is much better. It's not pain and that much. And then I check in again the hospitals, and then they go to see doctor, and then they check in X-ray. They say it's really in a shot. It's I never saw that happen. It's what happened. Say what are you taking medicines, or what are you doing these things, and what happened? There are a lot of questions, and then I say it's nothing to taking medicines, but it's we are practicing meditations. It's we do some chantings and Tibetans and some things, and we have specials. My teachers give to these meditations, and that's Holiness Lama. I do these things. It's and now my feelings are also better. I check in as that's happened. It's I see in a physical what happened. Check with you. They said it's a complete change in your countenance. That some doctors said, "Oh, you should teach me." I do that meditation. Yeah, that's yeah.
So Rinpoche, were you at all surprised that your healing was so complete? I mean, many people, I believe, refer to it as like a miracle healing, really.
Yeah, there are many. We have making a book, and there we have book fairs everywhere. There people say it's impossible. That is really miracles, and it's really yeah. They say it's not normal, but I say. It's not. It's I don't know in a miracle, but it's that's you have mind power. It's really. It's we not only in me, we have everybody can do that. Not only me. I'm not in a special. It's unnormal human beings, but it's we have mind powers. Everybody has that. We have Tibetan Buddhist side as Buddha's nature's mind.
Yeah,
that's the same. Everybody's have that's the seed. It's we have know how to you heal, and then you can do everything. It's most powers you have in the mind. It's I say it sometimes, best medicines in your mind. It's it's a mind you keep heals you mentally, it's a physical, everything. But it's in some people's, Oh, you some do say that, oh, I can't do that. It's you have no need to carefully. You don't know how to you heal. You don't know have you this much your patience, your long times you have no practice. You don't know in that much you have no power, and then you do that. It's your mistake. You can help that. You some you physical problems, mental problems. You see doctors. You can do in a meditate with your meditation. That's really helps.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing is you have regular medicines and help, and then you more work. You this because your mind and the body is really, really connected, not in an independent, dependent regenerations, mind, bodies. Your mind in a peace and a happy. You have physicals, really you have no problem. You have some treat, you have regular medicine, then more working. It's more heals quickly. You have a mind, it's really stress and scares, negative emotions and sadness. And then your physicals are because you have no more weak, and then less energies. And then you have more this illness and a disease more stronger. That's you have really meditations, your mind at peace and more relaxed is help lots. As I tell them, that's really. I said it's really true. It's you have now. It's really mind powers. It's really. It's a really help. I'm in a lucky. That's your the people say it's a doctor. Many doctors said I never heals in gangrene. Yeah, it's never heard that, but it's an announce. I'm in a normal. It's a really. It's called walkings, some joggings, and really it's walk. It's 10 and 20 block every days, and I can do. It's sometimes I jog. Mm-hmm. It's a normal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rinpoche, you're quoted in your book as saying, believing in adversity is a terrible illusion. Please, could you say a bit more about this?
Illusion.
Illusion, yes.
Yes. That's a solution. It's it's everything. We have negative mind, illusions. You cannot see clear, right? You have everything you say, you will see. It's your many in the hearings. You have see, look, everything's and food, everything. That's to say you thinking that's the real. That's not the real. That's an illusion. Your mind. Everything's clears your mind. It's sometimes you have some more example. You say, oh, that's my best friend. Oh, that's my enemy. You have your best friend. You one day is something communications, something situations. It's gonna happen, and next days, oh, you have your best friend. Normally, you see it's really warm. You are really like and happy. But it's the next days, you see him, it's a little bit, you have not normal, right? You see he's talking, oh, not normal. And he's doing the actions, not normal, right? Mm-hmm. That's you not change your best friend. Best friend, but your mind is clears, moving. Sometimes you have an enemy. Enemies you have really bad. It's you all the time. So you have really you see some it's angry and you don't want to see. But one day it's some happen situations. It's you helping each other come to a good relationship, and then totally change. That is you in this person's a person, but your mind change. Everything's in a clears your mind. It's a food. Somebody's in a one example in Tibetans, one teacher, really senior Rinpoche. He has two students. He is something mind. One's close, this one student. One is not too much close. And then they're making a food. Always this, he like that kind, either this one close, his student, he's making a food and a tea. He always, oh, that's the best taste, the very nice food. And then one day, and then he, this is not too, like he knows this student, he doesn't like this teachers, he not too much like him. And he making a really, you put a lot of salt, it's not too much, he's a really bad making a food. And then he's give to these teachers, oh, and this others students make this lunch specials for you, some Tibetan you some momos, It's he make that and give to me. And then he eating. And then with his friend, he tell that is everybody's, is my teachers, we see, we today's what he talking. And then he's eating that. He said, oh, that's so wonderful, really, really delicious. He said, this is really, lots is your soul, is nobody cannot eat in that. He eat complete. Yeah. And that's everybody say laughing. And then it's everything's in our mind. Really. It's food, everything's a taste and a clothes. Everything's empty. It's your emptiness.
Right.
It's delusions. It's we delusions. Once we have to see clear, it's a real truth. And then we liberation. Otherwise, if we have stuck here, it's a jump in the swimming pool, in a jump in the ocean, right? And that's to say you cannot get up in that's the ocean, really. So all the samsaras mean in the sufferings like in some oceans, yeah.
Right. Rinpoche, also in your book, you say that compassion is the key, and yet we see so much division in the world today. Why do you think this is?
Yes, it's we everything. We have now inner peace. It's happiness. You no compassion. Never ever you get inner peace, cannot open your inner. Because it's you have an examples, you have come this room. You need to lock, you need to open, you need to key. You don't have any key, you cannot come in this room. I like that kind. You have need to, you have peace, inner peace. You need to open first your inner mind. And then you have meditate, your practice, you have compassion, love, and kindness, and then you have more positive, and then you bring some your peace and happiness. That's the opposite. You have selfish, right? Sub-centers, selfishness, and then you have close. You have inner, and your compassions, you are open. You have now all the open. You have making a friend. It's you have talking to other people. You're not too much scared. It's your love. You have peoples, and you have compassions, and everybody's. You are more close. You are more human beings. you have to share with them. And then you have no more, you have to get some peace, or you have more, you get a best friend. But your selfishness, you close your inside, also you close your friend, you close your families, you close your neighborhood, you have no honor. One day it's your problems. Nobody's in a happiness sport. You're really loneliness. And then you think it's lots, you have negatives in the comments, is your emotions, loneliness, it's illusions. Compassion is more open. Like example, you are really open compassion, you can help in others. And then you're more happy in there, right? You have many poor peoples, you 100 peoples hungry, it's a die. You have you're able to help this 100 people's not died, survivors, you give to feed food. Then what your feelings after? You really joyful. Oh, wonderful. I can help that. It's really a happiness, this self in 100 people. You that's come from compassion.
Right, right. Yeah.
Enjoy inner peace.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
In compassion, always you in a selfishness, egos, you rest the egos, or rest angries, right? Or rest you have no greed, everything, greed, angry, ego, that's you make a suffering.
Right.
Cannot open. Yeah, that's why it's, I say, first your key in inner peace, happiness, you're in the compassion in the key. Then with your meditation, it's a shamatha.
Right.
Shamatha is making you have all negatives cut, right? Block. And then you have the mind is relax, peace.
Right. Mm-hmm. Rinpoche, meditation and mindfulness practice has become very popular in modern times. Whereas, when I first started my meditation practice almost 35 years ago, it was seen as something a little bit strange. However, perhaps especially in the West, I think that many of those who now start some kind of meditation practice, they seem to expect immediate results, as that is their experience in this modern society. What do you think of these attitudes towards the seeking instant gratification?
Yeah, I really see a long time since my personally practice. I was studying my meditation. I was 14 years old. I start in meditation. Now it's in 53. But it's what can you meditation?
I originally followed the teaching of Thich Nhat Hanh. Are you familiar with him?
Yes, I heard that. Yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And also some Tibetan teachings as well, mm-hmm. As you mentioned, shamatha and mm-hmm. Also some Tonglen, but particularly loving kindness meditation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. But I saw many. It's a Western student. We have start. It's this in healing meditations is a shamatha's program. It's a 3-year program. Now it's almost 5 years. But we have said now it's a little bit change in names, and we have 9 stage in our programs in a shamatha meditation. But we have shamatha meditation that have 9 levels, 9 different levels. We have we need to know. We have day by day month by month, you have foundations, beginnings. First, second, third. Some in our Western student, they really want to meditations in the salon, in the dzogchen. It's you have we say Jeram and Zoram and Wing Chun meditation. It's many high levels. They think it's that. That's I think that's really not benefit. We need to first the foundation, really important in shamatha meditation. You practice shamatha meditation, your foundation, then you can meditation. Any other meditations you really build is easier. It's more easier. You have no enough shamatha meditations. You have that daily lifetimes, you do some things, you meditate, you're not mind, not focus. Cannot keep your mind. It's your mind, it goes every ways. All right? You're not, it's keeping it with your mind, cannot able to. You can't able to keep your mind with you. You do something, so you have teachings, your daily life, you do something, you're more easier, more fast, more clear. That is the most important. You do meditate, you do you have jobs, with the other people's, your talkings, everything. Your most important, my personally is suggested is shamatha's meditation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a shamatha meditation, not is they say it's a common body, right? English say the common body. It's a mind shamatha meditation. You must need within a mindfulness, of course. Without you have mindfulness, your shamatha's impossible. Yeah, really. It's you have need to important shamathas, visualize, it's a mindfulness. That is you have you like bird. Bird you fly, you need to wing. That's your shamathas is a very good shamatha. You must need these two within a meditation. Or your order method, you must need that. You have shamathas. First, you have need to foundations. You breathe really short. You making a short meditation. You 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not long. It doesn't matter if you're long, 2 hours, 3 hours. Your mind goes everywhere. It's shopping. Yeah, it's your monkeys. That's not benefit. You have now 5 minutes, you have really, you maybe in a 3 minutes, you really focus. You concentrate, not lose your object. Then you have now more longer. Beginning is really difficult. You have to concentrate, meditate, right? Everybody says you have never do this, no. Are used to that's not easier, and then you have to build is a more easier. That's you after, and then you have shamatha's first level, second level, third level, fourth level. You reach the fourth level. It's very good, a very benefit, and then with your compassion, right? It's I said always, we have need with compassion, and then practice shamatha, and then 100% you change your mind.
Right.
And a positive, not too much is first you not help. It's really you have no need to basic foundations. Really need too strong. It's a good quality foundation, and then you have to build others meditations easier. Example, you will win Chana meditation, salon, and also dzogchens, and you have some things in your Jeram Zoram. Like in your college levels, your book. Colleges, you have used the book, Are you kindergarten? So you read in that's use that book? It's not in a benefit, right? This student. You need to levels. You have a step by step. Like you have a school. You step by step, right? You kindergarten, first level, second level. You have need. I like exactly that. A Western, many in a Western, my student. First, Rinpoche, I maybe in a third level. I need to practice asylum. Really, yeah. It's there are many people. It's a 4. Then, yeah, really, it's you help in really. They say it's a we. Sometimes we teachers. It's you have Buddhist teachers. Is Rinpoche many. They give to initiations empowerment. All right, just the blessings. It's nothing explained. You have need to give to one deity's initiation empowerment. How to practice sadhana, how to meditate. First, how to. Second, how. It's a one. It's a you need to teach within this practice student. Then student is you have to slowly understand more and a benefit. You give to this too many initiations impact, not bad.
Yeah. Rinpoche, the as I mentioned a bit earlier, the most effective meditation techniques that I've used, particularly during the last 2 times that I was afflicted with clinical depression, were Tonglen and particularly loving kindness meditation. So, while my mental challenges may not have been compared to the extreme seriousness of your physical challenges, I too have learned that these practices help to finally resolve my mental suffering. It seems that once we mindfully shift the focus off ourselves personally, and we start sending out love and compassion to all beings everywhere, a really profound healing takes place within us. And as such, I think that what you are teaching is so very profound and can go a very, very long way to healing the hearts and minds of people everywhere. So at any rate, is there anything else you would like to say to our audience before we finish this interview, Rinpoche?
Yes, it's thanks so much. It's we have given the chance. We have happy to in some shares my there are many people's benefit. Is some is my stories and some I know that we have many people's sufferings and different in Tibetan people says you have long time practice your karma. We have to understand the causes, the conditions. This thing is more easier. It's this difficult, and we have situations, sufferings. They have some accepting this. We have karmas. And then many in Western people and some they have a belief in that's not real. It's taken as that's what say that's really some many people's not in a belief. We have some cause condition. That's we have some difficult. But it's many people accept and understand in the cause of the condition. It's some in the sharings and this old and love and this difficult situation. So we have need to as a process. We have sufferings. You have sufferings. Attacking the sufferings. It's my bond, my in karma. It's an enjoys. We have karmas never lose. That's what we are thinking. Is we have a sufferings accept and that's it's a benefit. It's really sometimes your mind wires. It's a forget. It's what happened. You have to see many in many things and many hurting many things. You have sometimes you have forget. It's before what happened. We have now situation. You have lose you have a practice really, and you remember what happened before. It's a now comparative, and then also you have some suffering. It's really build you have practice dharma. You have not suffering. It's difficult you build in a compassion, love, and kindness. You don't have an explain, right? How do you you don't know any in a suffering, and then how do you practice compassion? Compassion, oh, you know, in that suffering, oh, that's you have compassion, right? You need to suffering. You need to understand the suffering.
Right, yeah. Right.
Explain. That's you have some challenges, some happen. We have need understand. We have really a benefit our karmas purify. It change our mind, negative mind, positive. That's really help that. It's I say and negatives and not negative. A negatives is a positive. It's a negative, so you have a cause negative, you bend and the fact is in a positive. Examples, my leg, that's things. It's I have lots, it's a change my inner mind. I love. It's a really, that's so you have one thing, so you have sick, your problems, your physicals, it's happens, situations, but it's you have a lot of give to your opportunities, good, positive. It does we have negative thinking, it's not negative. It's you have positive thinking. You change, right? It's
right.
You have it's you always say negatives, and you happen that things you have negative. Oh, that's problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. It's more suffering. Are you thinking, oh, that's your problems negative? Oh, that's wonderful. That's my past life karma. And that's we have need to purify, right? Our result is karmas never lose the karma. As now it's a clean and born. As examples, we have Buddhists. It's we have some hunger round, animal, 6 different round. And then you have some other religions, it's a God round, it's you have heaven and
the hell?
Healed in a
heaven.
Yeah. That's you go there, it's never you come back. You stuck there, right?
Right.
But you Buddhists, why you come back? What happened? What reason? That's you have heard on is your suffering. Lots, you burn your karmas, you cleanse that journey times. When your karmas finish it, you come back. Like this lifetimes also, you have happened, you have sufferings, you have negatives, your situations happen. That's the karmas. You born, you have negative karmas. We need to joy for that. Right? Yeah. Right. Okay. And
well, anyway, this has been really an awesome time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Rinpoche. Our wish is that the whole world, excuse me, will come to know and put into effect your beautiful message of healing and compassion. So, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And I said we see this video. All the you have anybody can see. I some requested everybody's is a practice. You keep in mind compassion, love, kindness, right? And then you can get in a peace. Thank you so much, and I am really happy. We maybe one sometimes we again together. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please check out our other inspiring interviews and make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Please also check out our beautiful print magazine. You'll find a link in the video description. Thank you so much.